So the hardware information of this device is there. The model number is HTC Desire 816 Dual SIM. We have ARM V7 processor on this device, clocked at 1.6 GHz. It is a quad-core CPU. It is Qualcomm MSM 8226 Snapdragon 400 chipset which we have on this device. And when it comes to the display resolution is 720x1184, and again it is not 720x1280 because of these touch capacitive buttons which are there within the display of the phone. They will take some part of the screen resolution. That is why the effective resolution is not the same which you see on the specification. When we talk about the GPU, you have got Adreno 305 GPU, which is a quite decent GPU for this device, and gaming is also kind of smooth on this device. You do have magnetic field sensor, 3x accelerometer sensor is also there, orientation, proximity, light and gesture sensor is also there. And again, with the help of magnetic field sensor, the device does GPS navigation pretty precisely as well, and it is quite quick in terms of GPS navigation. It works pretty well in that scenario. So here we have the score for Quadrant standard for this device. We have got a score of 9840, which is a decent score, and it is above HTC One X and Asus Transformer Prime in terms of the benchmark score on Quadrant standard. Here we have the detailed score for the CPU 32600, memory is 2528, input output operation is 10913, 2D is 1000 and 3D is 2157, which is again, all these figures are pretty good for a device like this when it comes to hardware. The score which we have got on Quadrant for this device, as you can see, is this one, 16838, and again it is between the Samsung Galaxy S3 and the Redmi device in terms of the benchmark score. When it comes to day-to-day usage, I can show you the detailed score over here as well. The UX is this one, the RAM is 1095, then the CPU integer operation is 1801, CPU floating point operation is 1436. In all, I would like to say that the overall performance of this device is pretty decent. It is kind of a good device for day-to-day usage. You will not face any problem. When it comes to gaming as well, it is pretty decent performer in that scenario as well. So in terms of day-to-day usage or any kind of performance issues, there is no problem with this device. You can use this device without any issues, without any graphic lag for any kind of application which you would like to install on this device. The Ninamark score which we have got for this device is 57.5 FPS, which is one of the best score which we can see on a device like this with this much of display size. And again, this device is pretty decent in gaming performance as well. You can play almost any kind of game on this device without any graphic lag or without any lag in terms of the overall graphics or UI transitions. The score which we have got on Ninamark is 57.5 FPS, and again it does justify this score. This is one of the best score which you can get on a device like this, which is a phablet of 5.5 inch. With the kind of hardware configuration it has got, it can run casual games like Subway Surfer, Temple Run OZ. Medium graphic intensive games like Frontline Commando D-Day also runs well, and you can also play Mortal Kombat 4 and Nova 3 as well on this device without any problem. You might notice slight amount of frame drops, but again the overall gaming response is pretty good on this device when you play those games. So now we are playing this game called Temple Run OZ, and let me just start this game for you. The overall sound which comes out from the loudspeaker is pretty loud on this device, and which is something which I really like, and the quality of sound is also good. So as far as graphics are concerned, graphics are very fine and smooth on this device when I play this casual game. There is no problem of any kind. The touchscreen response from the device is also pretty good. You can play high definition games as well without any issues, and the sensor on the device is also working well. So you can play either casual games like this one or even Modern Combat 4 as well on this device without any issues or problem. The device is good enough for any kind of gaming which you would like to do, provided you have storage for the same. The only problem with this device that might be for you is going to be the storage, which is 8 GB, out of which around 5 GB is available for you, on which you can install games. But once that 5 GB is finished, then you cannot install applications on the SD card, which is kind of a limitation for this device.